Hello, how are you guys doing today? I am Deb. I'm so excited to be doing Magic and Miracles Monday. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm Deb Acker. I'm an intuitive life coach and energy clearer, energy healer. I clear energy blocks to all areas of life, including intuition, abundance, love. So if you're having challenges in any of those areas of your life, we can clear the blocks and actually open up some new possibilities, some new magic, some new miracles. So today is, while we wait for people to join, today is basically Magic and Miracles Monday, and we're going to be doing energy clearing, energy healing. You can also ask me anything that you want to ask about. All of those things are options, and I'm just going to be available for you guys. If there's lots of people that come on, I'll be available for longer, but at least for the next 15 minutes or so. While we're waiting, I'll talk to you about a couple of magic and miracles and fun things that have happened in the last week. Last night actually was at the Don Henley concert. There's a space in the Chicagoland area, which is where I live right now, where they have outdoor concerts. And last night I went to go see Don Henley. I'm a huge Don Henley fan. I'm a huge Eagles fan, and I went to go see Don Henley, and he was amazing. So that just felt really, really fun. And I was with a good friend of mine, and yeah, it was just a really, really fun evening. Um, Hello. Who just joined us? Can you let me know? We were just talking right now. I was just starting us with while we're waiting, but I'd love to get started. Oh, hi, Carrie. How are you? I was just talking about a magic and miracle that happened. Would you care to share one, share one too? Something that happened the last week that was cool. It could be something small. It could be something big. Definitely feel free to share, and thanks so much for joining. We'll get started in just a second here. So I was just talking about the fact I was at the, hello. I was just talking about the fact I was at the Ravinia last night in Chicago at the Don Henley concert. I'm like a huge Don Henley fan and Eagles fan. So it was really, really exciting to be there. So we'll wait just one or two more minutes here, and then we'll get started. But if you've got a magic or miracle that you want to share, I'd love to hear. I'd love to know. And just in general, how your weekend was. I had a nice weekend. It was a good weekend. I spent a lot of time. I was working on some things for my business, but it was fun. Good fun, and got together with a family friend of mine, which was fun, and went to the concert and went and laid out. So it was nice. Nice weekend all the way around. Cool. Well, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So, as promised, as discussed, what I wanted to do was start us with a light activation exercise. So I've done this before in the group, but for those of you guys who are new, just to kind of give you a brief overview, what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through, we're going to connect you to the light, and I'm just going to have you bring that light all the way through to your body. If the other person who just joined can just say hello. We're just getting started right now, so that's awesome. But basically what I'm going to do is connect you to the light. So I'll walk you through this step by step, and then we're going to expand that light out 5 feet, 10 feet, all the way out to the entire universe. And then from there, I want to just talk to you guys and help you and support you, and however I can help and support, and just read what's going on for you, and we can get it cleared, get it shifted, get you a new perspective, a perspective that's, oh, hi, Tony. A new perspective that is, that is unique, that is fun, that can help you to kind of move into more magic, more miracles, more infinite possibilities. I am happy to help you in any way that I can. So with that, if you go ahead and just close your eyes, and hopefully you're sitting down for this, because that'll make it nice and easy. But just go ahead and close your eyes, and just start by taking a nice deep breath, just breathing in through your nose and just filling your belly and the sides of the body and the chest with air, and just exhaling out nice and slow. And again, just taking a nice deep breath, just breathing in through your nose and filling your belly, the sides of the body, the chest, and the legs with air. And just exhaling out nice and slow. And just one more time, just taking a nice deep inhale and just breathing in through your nose and just filling your belly and the sides of the body and the chest and legs with air. And just exhaling out nice and slow. And just connecting to the light that's 300 feet above your head. And we naturally do this when we pray. So just see, sense, or feel that light, whatever comes to you naturally. And just allowing this liquid light to come down in through your forehead, down past your eyes, so that you could really see the truth of really what's going on and really what the universe wants for you. And bringing that liquid light down past your nose and down past your ears so that you could really hear your truth and hear what the universe really wants you to know. And bringing that liquid light down past your mouth and into your throat so you can really speak your truth and speak out what so desperately needs to be heard. And moving that liquid light down across your shoulders and down into your heart so you can really feel your truth and feel all the universe has in store for you. And just bringing that liquid light down into your stomach and into your hips, and just so you could really just stand in, ground, and create your truth. Because we are always creating our truth in any single moment. And just allowing that liquid light to come down in past your legs and out through your feet so you can really move towards your truth. And just connecting into the center of the earth that feels like mother's love. It's all ooey and gooey and warm and nurturing. And just allowing that liquid light to come back up through your feet, up through your legs, up through your torso, and up through your face. And again, bring that liquid light down in past your face, filling your entire face. Hi, Kylie. Good to have you here. We're just doing a light activation exercise. So just bringing that light down into your face, down your neck, down across your shoulders, down past your heart, down past your hips, down into your legs, and out through your feet, and back up through your feet, up through your legs, up through your torso, and up through your face. And one more time, just bringing that liquid light down into your face, down across your shoulders, down your torso, down your hips, down your legs, and out through your feet, and back up through your feet, up through your legs, up through your torso. And just expanding that light from above and below. Go ahead and expand that light into the room that you're in. So just see that light covering the entire room. And just allowing yourself to really open, expand, and breathe. Good. Open, expand, and breathe. And expanding that light out into the entire building that you're in, wherever you are. See that light getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And just open, expanding, and breathing. And now covering the entire city. So just open, expanding, and breathing, covering the entire city that you're in, wherever you are, allowing it to just cover that entire city. And now covering the entire state or country that you're in. So wherever you are located, covering that entire state, that entire country. And now expanding out past the entire continent. So just really allowing your body to open, expand, and breathe. And good. And open, expanding, and breathing. And expanding out past the entire world. Just super, super, super big. Just open, expanding, and breathing. And open, expanding, and breathing. And open, expanding, and breathing. And now out past the entire universe. Past all the planets. So out past the entire universe. Past all the planets. And just open, expanding, and breathing. Good. And open, expanding, and breathing. And just feeling your feet nice and flat on the floor. And feeling your body wherever you are sitting right now, whether it's in a chair or it's on the sofa. And just taking a nice deep inhale and exhale. And just feeling your body back in the room. And when you are ready, go ahead and open your eyes. And just noticing right now how you're feeling, and I'd love to hear how you're feeling. If anything came up for you as we were even doing just the start of what we're going to be doing today, I'd love to hear that. I don't know if I have to scroll on my phone or not. I don't think so. So yeah, I'd love to just feel free to share how you're feeling right now in this moment, and if anything came up for you, I'd love to know. I'd love to hear. So yeah, so just feel free to share that, and if not, go ahead and we're going to just start doing clearing. We're going to start doing readings, right? So in order to do that, though, you have to you have to participate, right? So just tell me, and we'll go whoever obviously just posts first. Just go ahead and just tell me what's going on for you, and just so you know, a little bit about the way that this works. So just depending on what you share, and you can share as little or as much as you want, right? Like, this is all about you and all about what really feels right and feels good to you. So just share as little or as much as you want. And basically what I will do is just tune into what's going on in the energy. And so as part of that, sometimes I get a pattern that comes up, and I will identify, if that's what I see, I'll identify, who you got it from, the age you got it, and then the energy or emotion that's behind it. And just notice, like, I always set the intention that I don't need to be right, that I just, that whatever I see, whatever information I get, that helps you to remember if there's anything that you need to remember, helps you to remember any conclusions that were made. If you're looking, so good questions can be something you're struggling with. It can be something that you're just like, oh, hey, is this aligned for me? Like you're looking at a new job or doing a new program and you want me to look at the energy of it. Or if there's something stopping you, or if there's something you're feeling struggled with. Those are all great questions. Hi, Franklin, how are you? That's so good to have you here. I'm so excited that you can join. So we just did a light connection, and now, okay, cool. I feel like I'm not achieving what I could, and that I'm sabotaging myself. Okay, Kylie, 1 second. So, Franklin, just so we just did a connection to the light. So I just connected everyone to the light just so we could be really clear and really grounded and really present to what's happening right now. And now we're just talking about things that we're feeling challenged by. Hello, things that we're feeling challenged by, things that we are struggling with, and things that hey, if you're looking at doing something and you want me to take a look and see what I see in terms of if it's aligned for you or not. So Kylie, thank you so much for sharing. So let's just go ahead and take a look at what's really going on here. So I feel like I'm not achieving what I could and that I'm sabotaging myself. Okay, so what I'm hearing, what I'm sensing is just notice whatever comes up around this, but what I'm feeling is it feels like age 3 with your mother, and it feels like fear. And so and I'm seeing a picture of you contracting, it feels like energy, like you're contracting. So just type in and let me know, does that mean anything to you? Just notice if that means anything to you. And just thinking about that, and you can take your time. What I want to do while you're doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and clear. So anywhere that we are hiding ourselves, anywhere that we are contracting our body, anywhere we're scared to put ourselves out there, I want you to exhale that out, and I want you to breathe in expansiveness. So anywhere in your life that you are scared, and this applies to everybody. So this clearing, like Kylie just shared, and that's awesome, and it applies to everybody. So it's for everyone that can identify in some way that where they're playing small, where they're not putting themselves out there. Okay, let me just connect into that. But so we're just clearing everywhere that you are playing small, everywhere that you are hiding, everywhere that you are contracting your body because you don't want to be seen, you don't want to be heard fully. We're just clearing that out. And just breathing in truth, breathing in that expansiveness, breathing in openness, breathing in truth, breathing in expansiveness, breathing in openness, breathing in. Hi, Suzanne. Thanks so much for joining. So excited to have you here. That's okay. I know I have a sense of exactly what happened. So give me 1 second, and I'll tell you what I'm seeing, what I'm sensing. But just breathing that in, just breathing in. Truth, breathing in expansiveness, breathing in openness, breathing in truth, breathing in expansiveness, breathing in openness, breathing in truth, breathing in expansiveness, and breathing in openness. And Kylie, so it feels like there is some way that you were scared to put yourself out there because you felt like you would get in trouble if you put yourself out there, right? So there was some way that with your mother being sick, you kind of went into hiding, or you didn't want to be too much of a burden, or you didn't want to be too much of in the way. So everywhere that's the case, just exhaling that out. And I want you to just everyone do this with me. And yeah, it's totally okay. You don't have a specific memory. But everyone do this with me. Just see your arms just expanding, and I want you to stick out your chest and just really get really, really big, right? So just allow yourself to get really, really big. And so anywhere that you're hiding, anywhere that you contracted your body, anywhere you were scared of really putting yourself out there fully because you would get in trouble, because you might get in trouble in some way, just see that coming out of your body. I want you to breathe in that expansiveness and breathe in that openness and breathe in that truth and breathe in the truth of who you are and the truth of who you came in here to be, right? So just breathing in that openness, breathing in that expansiveness, breathing in that truth, and breathing in the truth of who you are and the truth of who you came here to be. And just clearing out anywhere you think that by being you, you're going to get in trouble, right? Anywhere that you think that by having needs, you are going to get in trouble. Oh, hi, Christine. Thank you so much for joining. So glad to have you here. We're just talking about things that we're feeling challenged by, and we're doing a clearing right now. Kylie had indicated that she was worried about sabotage. And so what I'm noticing is just there was a place where that was taken on where it feels like putting yourself out there, Kylie, just meant getting in trouble. That speaking your truth, that saying what you needed, that really like asking for anything, having any sort of needs whatsoever, really meant getting in trouble. And so just everywhere that's the case, just exhaling that out of your body and just allowing, your body to get really, really big here, right? So there's so many times all of us do this, right? Where we hide because we're scared of getting in trouble. We're scared of getting hurt. We're scared of there's a gazillion fears that come up, right? And we hide. And what we do is we contract our body, right? So we kind of crawl in. And part of a really powerful practice that you can do on a regular basis is just to allow your stick your chest out, allow your shoulders to come back. I don't think you can see my lower half of my body here, but just stick your chest out, allow your shoulders to come back, and really allow yourself to really really stand in your power and stand in your truth, right? So we can expand and we can open up and we can just really open really nice and big. And just expand and open and just breathe and just expand and open and breathe. One more time, just expanding, opening, and breathing. And again, this is a daily practice, especially if you find yourself hiding in some ways, or you find yourself, you kind of back down, you don't speak your truth, you hide and you sabotage yourself in the process. All of those are awesome things to be tuned into so that you can really start to expand, start to open, start to really expand out. So while we are doing this, does someone else have something that they want me to look at, right? So again, this can be something that you're struggling with, something that you're feeling challenged by, something that, you're curious of the alignment of it, and if it's something that would be feels aligned for you to move towards. I mean, I'll just tell you what I see, and you can obviously take that, take it as it is. And Kylie, so I know you didn't have a specific memory, but how does that feel when you tune into the initial thing that you had mentioned? How are you feeling right now? We'll just give her a second to type in here. And just to everywhere you just there, it feels like this a little girl within you she just got really, really scared. She got scared to really put herself out there. Maybe at some point you got in trouble for really shining your light, for really putting yourself out there in a bigger way. And especially too, I grew up in a household, I was a little older, but when my mom got sick when I was a teenager, and I know I just shut off every sort of need that I had. I just thought it was wrong to have needs because my mom was sick and I needed to focus on her. And so anytime it came time to really tap into our needs, we just got to one piece of it, right? And it's just a good starting point. It's a good starting point to really, to really start to clear it out. But I know that there was a whole patterning around it's not safe to have needs. It's not safe to put yourself out there. It's not safe to really to show up and really anyway. It's all of a sudden all the energy was focused on somebody else. And so let's clear out just anywhere you stopped putting your attention, stop putting your energy, stop putting your focus on yourself, and you really oh, cool. Suzanne, I'll just take a look at that in just a second. So anywhere you just stopped really putting the attention on yourself, right? Anywhere you stopped becoming important, anywhere your needs, what you needed, what you wanted, what you desired, stop becoming important. We're just going to clear that out and just breathe in you and just filling yourself up with you and breathing in you and filling yourself up with you and breathing in you and filling yourself up with you. Okay, so I'm glad that it's more clear, Kylie. Like I said, there's so many, sometimes with a pattern too, there's so many layers. And so we just went to the first layer of it, right? And sometimes it clears out just automatically and sometimes there's more layers to it. So thank you so much. Okay, so I'm trying to work on starting a small business, selling handmade items, starting either greeting cards and expanding to sewn items. I get close and something happens to hinder it. It is meant to, let me just see what this says. Oh, cancel. So you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Kylie. Is it meant to be or not? Okay, so let's do it. Let's do an exercise because I'll tell you what I see in just a second. But I think there's a really important practice, and it's a really important practice to really living in truth, being in truth, really owning your truth. And so I want you just to close your eyes for a second and just taking a nice deep breath. And like this, guys, this can be for anyone that's like thinking of something and trying to determine if it feels good for you. This is a great exercise that you can do. So this is just a simple, quick exercise you can do to start to tune into your truth. And so just taking some nice deep breaths and just taking a nice deep breath and just breathing in through your nose and just filling your belly and the sides of the body and the chest with air and feeling your feet nice and flat on the ground. And just one more time, just taking a nice deep breath and just breathing in through your nose and just filling your belly and the sides of the body and the chest and feet with air and just exhaling out. Awesome. And I want you to notice when you tune into the greeting cards, how does that feel for you? You're mentioning something that's happening to hinder it. So you're mentioning something that's happening to hinder it, but just noticing how, so the picture that I'm seeing to walk you through is, I want you to see the greeting cards on one side of your body, so everyone can put whatever goal you have on one side of your body and put yourself in the middle, and then put the thing that is stopping you, whether you know what it is or not, just kind of see that wall. And let's go ahead, and I just want to tune into what I want to do with you guys. Actually, correct order. So put the thing that you're wanting, the thing that's stopping you, you. So just seeing yourself, so this goal that you want, this thing that's stopping you, you. And now I want you to take that, just see that, the thing that's stopping you, I want you just to see it lifting. So just see it right now. We know it's there, but just see it lifting up for a little bit. And as you see that thing lifting, what do you want to do with the goal that you have that's in front of you? Do you want to move closer to it? Or do you want to move, or do you kind of just want to stay where you are? So just noticing whatever's coming up for you. So you've lifted up the thing that's in between you and your goal. And now do you want to move towards your goal, or do you want to move away from your goal? Just type in what comes up for you when you do this. So Tony, we're working with, okay. All right, cool. So that's good information, right? Tony, I'll get to yours in just a second. So stay tight. But so just noticing, Suzanne, so you want to move closer to this goal, right? So that's, first of all, good information, right? Because if you lifted up what was in between you and your goal, if you lifted that up and you didn't want to move closer to it, that would be good information, right? Because it's like, okay, that thing is no longer there. And if you still don't want to move towards it, then that would be good information to say, oh, well, maybe I need to stop and think if this is something I really want to do. But the fact that you lifted up what was in the way and you still want to move towards it, that's really, really important. So let's just tune in. Let me just tune into the energy of what is going on with what's in the way. So it definitely feels like your mom, and that also feels like age 3 or 4. And just notice whatever comes up when I tune into this. So it feels like your mom, it feels like age 4, and it feels like I'm feeling this like squirmishness. Does that resonate at all? Just let me know if that resonates. I'm seeing this picture of you kind of going like this. And just let me know if that resonates for you or not. and if anything comes up with that. And just noticing too, like, because what comes up, it's like, it's either, it feels like either like, it feels kind of like doubt or fear. So just notice if there's anything, doubt, fear, and squirmishness. It's really like, it feels like prickly, and just, I'm just seeing it's kind of like you're going like this. 6 years ago, supported my crafting, but she has always felt too risky. She's always felt too risky. Yeah, so everywhere so let's just clear out. So just everywhere that you're feeling like squirmish, or it's like you're scared to take too many risks, let's just clear that out. And I want you to breathe in power, and really breathe in standing in your power, and just breathe in power and breathe in standing in your power, and breathe in power and breathing in standing in your power, and breathing in power and breathing and standing in your power, and again breathing in power and breathing and standing in your power, and breathing in power and breathing and standing in your power, and breathing and being in your power. And that exercise we just did with that expansiveness, again, that's really going to help you to really start to step into your power. So it's like really about planting your feet down and expanding your body. And so just really planning down and expanding your body, and planting your feet down and seeing yourself expand. So, yeah, and so the energy that I pick up on a lot of times what happens is we take on an energy from childhood. So something happens in our childhood and we make a conclusion. So at 3 or 4, it feels like there was some conclusion made that is keeping you sort of hindered from really moving towards that piece, right? And so just noticing, like with that squirmish energy, did something happen when you were a kid around 3 or 4? And like I said, I set the intention that I don't need to be right. I don't have to be right at all. It's just, this is meant to just to help you to access that memory. But just notice, like, did something happen with your mom maybe around that age? Feels like around fear, feels like squirmishness that may have shut you down, and that may be stopping you in present day from really going after and seeking your goal. So just notice whatever that is. Okay, yeah, so there could have been a lot of fear, like what I'm hearing is fear to move forward. So just everywhere you were scared to move forward, we're going to just clear that out. And again, just breathing in like truth, breathing in power, breathing in truth, breathing in power, breathing in truth, breathing in power. Everywhere you were scared to let go, that's the other thing I'm hearing. Just exhaling that out and breathing in truth, breathing in letting go, breathing in truth, breathing in calm, breathing in peace, breathing in letting go, breathing in truth, breathing in calm, breathing in peace, breathing in letting go. And one more time, just breathing in truth, breathing in calm, breathing in peace, and breathing in letting go. So Tony's is the last person we're going to take for today. So Suzanne, just let me know, like, if that brought up anything, how you're feeling right now, if you even tune into what you're wanting to move towards, if anything's shifted for you. Yeah, so just tune into that. Let me know how that's feeling right in this moment. If you guys are interested, I should mention too, like if you are interested in exploring this work further, because what I'll do is I'll take someone, like the little journey that we just went on with the goal and the block in between and the person, I take people on energetic journeys, right? So the whole point is I always say it's like the mind can change things and the feeling will change it. And so what we do is we go deep into what the energies are, just like I'm doing here. We'll go deep into what those energies are, we'll clear them out, and then I'll take you on an energetic journey so you can really access the feelings, so that you can start vibrating at the space that you want to be vibrating to really start to shift, right? To really start to change. So you are very welcome. No, thank you so much for your question. Cool. I'm glad that you're feeling calmer. Okay, so Tony, how am I unconsciously blocking new clients coming to me? Am I moving in a different... So it definitely feels like around age 3 with your father, like around age 3 with your father. This one is fear 2. Let me ask you, when you think about giving up, so what type of work do you do? Just type in what type of work you do. Yeah, Tony, if you can type in the type of work you do, that would be awesome. And just let me know, too, if you're still here. You're still on the call. Okay, that's what I was feeling, but I was like, oh, we'll just wait. Okay, so let me just go back to... Okay, so if you think about... Let me ask, this is the question I'm hearing to ask you first. If someone were to say, basically, if someone were to say to you, you're no longer going to get paid for this work, but you can still do it, would you want to do it? Just notice. Would you still want to do it? Okay, so that's good information, right? What it feels like is blocking you. It feels like scarcity. It feels like it's like an abundance issue, and it definitely feels like dad around age 3, fear. Let me just tune into. Okay, so it feels like there is a way that it feels like, Tony, there's a way that you wanted to grip onto everything. Like, so what I'm seeing, and just notice if there was anything that comes up in your childhood, either with your dad or with you, with this, but just, it feels like there was a way that you're wanting to grip on to everything, right? So just, does that, because it's like, it has the energy of like, for lack of a better way to put it, like hoarding, or like wanting to like save everything. Just notice if any of that feels aligned or feels true. Okay. Um, okay, so it's gripping and for attention. Okay, so let's just clear out, because I keep seeing you like wanting to like pull something really close to you. So just everywhere you wanted to just really like hoard for attention or grip for attention, and in the process of that, it created the exact thing that you were trying to not have happen. So everywhere this desire to want to get attention, this desire to want to really have someone paying attention to you, created that exact opposite. We're going to just clear that out. And I want you just to breathe in the energy of being visible, breathe in the energy of being seen. So just filling yourself up with visibility, filling yourself up with being seen, and filling yourself up with visibility, and filling yourself up with being seen. And so filling yourself up with visibility, filling yourself up with being seen. And so everywhere in the process, like, I keep hearing it's like hoarding for attention. Does this feel true? Just let me know if this feels true. But it's like, it feels like there's, in some way, there was this gathering, like this hoarding of attention. So just notice if that feels true to you. But just everywhere that's the case, like there was some sort of like, I need to have attention. And so basically, everywhere in some way now in your life, you're creating this lack of visibility, this lack of being seen, this lack of people just aren't acknowledging you. So everywhere you're not being acknowledged, we're just going to clear that out. I want you just to breathe in visibility, breathe in being seen, breathe in visibility, breathe in being seen, breathe in being acknowledged, and breathing in mattering, and breathing in worth, right? So breathing in being seen, breathing in mattering, breathing in worth, and breathing in being seen, breathing in mattering, and breathing in worth. And one more time, just breathing and being seen, breathing in mattering, breathing in worth. And one more time, breathing and being seen, breathing in mattering, breathing in worth. Last time, breathing and being seen, breathing in visibility, breathing in mattering, breathing in being acknowledged, and breathing in worth. And last time, breathing and being seen, breathing in mattering, breathing in worth, breathing in being seen, breathing in mattering, breathing in worth. And just, okay, so, and just also, so, everywhere things are taken away from you and given to somebody else. So everywhere you're playing that paradigm in your life. So everywhere someone is choosing someone else because there's a paradigm in your life where things are taken away from you and given to somebody else. Just clearing that out and just breathing in worth, breathing in being seen, breathing in mattering, and breathing in choosing you, right? So a lot of the work I do with my clients is all about them choosing themselves, because we're so conditioned to be off-centered and be focused on other people. And so it's about this reconditioning and recentering into self. And so let me put it to you this way. If we don't choose ourselves, nobody else will either, because people will just reflect that belief. They'll reflect that back to us. And so just really, really starting to really be mindful of choosing yourself, really be mindful of prioritizing you. That's what I'm hearing to tell you. So just really, really strongly being mindful of prioritizing you, of you really putting yourself first, right? And just prioritizing you. And so, and again, anyone that this applies to, and this that is listening now, listening later, breathing in, filling yourself up with you, breathing in, prioritizing you, breathing in, choosing you, breathing in, filling yourself up with you, breathing, prioritizing you, breathing in, choosing you, and just filling yourself up with more and more and more and more and more and more and more of you. Just filling that yourself up with that. Cool. So hopefully that starts this like a shift, right? Because part of what we're doing here today, and like in my work, like if we work in a session, a lot of times we can really kick a lot of the pattern, out. So we're just kind of getting just to like that foundational piece of that pattern, and sometimes that's all you need to shift a pattern, right? To change it, and sometimes there's more deeper layers, further layers to that. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so this is actually going to be the last person. So Christine, I'm going to take you, and then we're going to close out this call. And so you're saying my family's planning to move closer to my son next year. I'm ready now and feel stuck, but my husband. Awesome. Thank you, Tony. So glad to hear that. So I'm ready now and feel stuck, but my husband and I agreed to wait until next year. I feel like I'm just going through the motions of life every day. I hope this makes sense to you. Yes, it does. Yeah, that's totally. So it feels like, again, it's interesting, right? On today's call, there's a lot of us, like a lot of people that are like that making themselves smaller, right? Not choosing their truth, making themselves smaller. And so what it feels like is like, I get the sense of this little girl who made herself smaller in her environment, right? So everywhere you just stopped acknowledging your needs, everywhere you stopped acknowledging your wants, everywhere you stopped acknowledging your desires, just clearing that out. And I want you to breathe in you, breathe in your desires, breathe in your truth, and really like you stand up, shoulders are wide, plant your feet nice and flat on the ground. And it's like the energy is like the energy of putting your foot down, right? So it's like, because the thing is no one is going to acknowledge you if you don't acknowledge you. Like if you don't really honor what your truth is, and you don't honor what your needs are, no one else is going to be able to do that either. Okay. So just really, really paying attention, like, okay, because the energy really feels like you just sort of stepped out of your power, and you're like contracting, and you went into this really little space, and that little space is, stopping you from like even being able to speak the truth, right? So a really good exercise to do, I won't be able to hear you, so we can't do it really here, but you can do it when we get off this call, or even just do it now as I'm talking to you about this, is to put your family in front of you and speak out what you're either not fully saying, and really like speak it out, speak your truth, and also imagine them actually hearing it and receiving it, right? Because it's possible that you've already kind of communicated that, and it's like you have to actually, and first and foremost, before you do that, put your little girl in front of you and have her say to you what she needs, right? So I need to be heard, I need to be seen, I needs to matter. So just have her say that to you, and then you say it back to her. And really take in and start to acknowledge and start to really like honor that. Don't just do it just to go through the motions, but like really have that moment where you're like, I am standing in my truth. I am honoring myself. I am being like I am like, my needs are important. What I need, what I want, what I desire is important. And really saying that back and forth to each other. So give her the chance to speak and communicate that, and then you say it to her. And you also need to indicate that you hear her, right? So she needs to know that that her needs matter, right? Because right now with your family, unfortunately, there's a disacknowledgement of those needs, of those desires, of what you truly want. And so, you know, everyone, and this is important to note for all of us, but everyone, the way that everyone shows up it's just a reflection of something we need to look at within ourselves. So if you're in this situation, like, it's like if your family is not sort of acknowledging what you desire, what you really want, it's really important to look at where that lives within you, right? Where are you not acknowledging that desire? Where are you not acknowledging what that need is, what that want is? And so it feels like at 3 or 4, you just made a decision sort of to stop acknowledging that. That's what it feels like. So just everywhere that's the case, everywhere you're not acknowledging yourself, everywhere you're not acknowledging your needs, everywhere you're not acknowledging your desires, just see that coming out of your body. And I want you to breathe in making yourself a priority, and breathe in that truth, and breathe in mattering. Oh, that's great. So just something I didn't mention, like the clearings bring up emotions, and as these emotions come up, they come up to release, so you can actually clear the pattern. So do not make your crying, do not make your emotions wrong. Like, they are there to acknowledge and actually help you shift the pattern. So if crying meant that if you just letting it out and really going in and allowing yourself to feel whatever is coming up for you and really allowing that out meant that you would shift the pattern for good, just hone in on that idea, because that's really what's happening as these emotions come up. There's a lot of presence here right in this moment, right? So the only thing you can do, so many times we spend so much time running away from our feelings, running away from our emotions, and the thing that will always bring you back to presence is actually staying connected to those feelings, staying connected to those emotions. And if you give them the space, you clear them, you release them, and you no longer need people to show up for you that way, right? Because you've honored your feelings. So that crying is so powerful. It's so important. And so just give yourself a lot of love, and do not make yourself wrong for having that happen. Okay, just like your little girl wants to be acknowledged right now. Like, she wants to come in and she wants to be acknowledged. She wants to be heard. She wants to be felt, and she wants to be seen. And so just really, really just allowing that to be the case, right? Just really acknowledge her, like acknowledge what her needs are, acknowledge what her feelings are. And just knowing that it's coming up to clear so that you can have a new experience in your family. Great. Very good. You are important. That's really, really cool. So just really internalize that. And everywhere everywhere in some way, you like, and we all do this, right? At times, like, where you're not making yourself matter, you're not making your needs matter, you're not acknowledging your needs, you're not speaking your truth, you're not speaking what those needs are. Just see those coming out and just breathing in you and breathing in you mattering, breathing in you mattering, breathing in you mattering, breathing in you mattering, breathing in you mattering. So, Christine, like, this feels like it's like really just the start of the pattern shifting. And now what might happen is people might show up for you differently without you having to have a conversation, which is awesome. Sometimes the pattern will show itself to say, hey, are you really choosing this? Are you really ready to choose this? And that's when you get the opportunity, now that the emotion, so this, like, the scent, like, you've had all this energy around this one emotion. Now that the emotion's starting to loosen, you get the opportunity to make a new choice. So it's really about being mindful and saying, am I going to make myself matter? And that my sense is that energy is probably, you gave one situation, and there's probably a lot of areas in your life where maybe you just kind of like let things go and don't fully acknowledge what you need in that moment. And this is the start to take a stand for yourself and to really allow yourself to really acknowledge those feelings, and acknowledge, like, if something makes you uncomfortable, if you don't want to do something, if, like, even these little, like, day-to-day things, right? When somebody asks us to do something and we just kind of go along with it. It's so, exactly. So everywhere that you're putting others' needs first, and everywhere you're putting everyone else first, just exhaling that out of your body. And I want you just to breathe in you and breathe in truth, and breathe in you and breathe in truth. and breathe in you and breathe in truth and breathe in you and filling yourself up with you and filling yourself up with truth and filling yourself up with you and filling yourself up with truth and filling yourself up with you and filling yourself up with truth. And so just everybody, I want you just to see light coming into your body. So like it's really, really important that once you clear this stuff out, that you really fill yourself up with light, fill yourself up with love. So we're just going to see that coming into everyone that participates on this call. We're just seeing light and love. And you can feel that energy. Wow, it's just like, ooh. But just feeling that light and love, filling your body and filling all the areas. So we just cleared out all these patterns, right? So we're just filling you up with light, filling you up with love. If anyone that's listening to this, if anyone that participated on this call wants to take this work further, right? So like many times, we just probably just scratch the surface of one of the patterns, but if you're ready to really truly be done with these patterns, if you're ready to truly choose you, to put yourself first, to make yourself matter, to bring in that abundance in your life, to bring in what you want. I do a pattern identification session just to get started. It's complimentary, so you can definitely find out more about that at DeborahAcker.com. It's just DeborahAcker.com, and you can find out more about the work that I do. I'm starting a pattern program, so for anyone who is ready, the most common patterns I see in all of my clients, we are going to be working on and clearing. So if you're ready to have probably every session is going to be a breakthrough, but if you're ready to have big breakthroughs, I'm going to be starting in the next, the program's already out. If you want to sign up and join, and you're going to get some couple bonuses from me by doing that. But if you're ready to get out there and join, it's already up and ready to go. And if you're ready to just start to shift these patterns, right, and really stand in your truth, be in your truth, be true to you, honor yourself, move towards the bigness and the person that you're meant to be. Like I said, I'm starting, it's this program, I can already feel the energy of it. It's going to be shift. If this call was shifted you, if this call at all changed anything, and you're ready to do this times 1,000, I would love to talk to you, love to have a conversation to see if that's aligned, if working together in some way is aligned. And either way, I'm here to support you. So if anything comes up, feel free to post in the Facebook group about what came up for you if you have any questions, and I'm happy to answer those. So just filling yourself up with light, filling yourself up with love, filling yourself up with light, filling yourself up with love. And just let me know before we close, does anyone have any questions that are related to what we just talked about? So does anyone have any sort of questions that are related to what we talked about before we close up for tonight? So I'll just give you a minute or two here. I'm just tuning into what is the magic, what is the miracle that either you had from this call or you had sometime in the last week. I'd love to know about those as well before we close out for the night. Yeah, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. So just tuning in. If there's any questions, if anyone wants to share a magic, a miracle that either happened on the call, that happened last week for you, in the last week for you, I'd love to know those. I'm just going to give you one more minute here, and then we are going to close out. But I so appreciate you guys. You're very welcome. And I would love to hear, please let me know, send me through Facebook or online on my website. Just let me know how this started to shift things for you, right? How things started to change just by doing this clearing, by doing this reading, right? So just let me know about that. But thank you guys so much for joining. I hope this just helped you feel calmer, better, more peaceful. Hope to give you some new awarenesses, some new ahas. And I love you all a lot, and I'm just really grateful to have you guys all as part of my community. So until next time, have a great afternoon, great evening, or a great day, morning, wherever you are, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much.